Meanwhile, another ridiculous story of the year is the hype over Ellen DeGeneres. Last April, her sitcom spiked to a 23 rating when she announced she was a lesbian. Last week, her program got a 9 rating. Obviously, things are not so gay in the ratings department, as the show in front of her, Drew Carey, pulled in a 12 rating. So Ellen is losing almost 25% of her lead-in. Not good. Here to talk about the Ellen hype is a reporter for Ad Age magazine, Mike Wilkie. Now, we picked this because the media just went in a frenzy over this Ellen DeGeneres thing, just rammed it down everybody's throat. And then Ellen, in her public appearances, just reinforced the hysteria, so we just said it's just crazy. How do you see it?
Well, I think that a variety of things coalesced here to make this happen. One was the show was sagging at the time and needed direction, and I think even Ellen herself would agree with that. And the other things that were going on were her own concerns about, I think, being in the closet as an actress, and to come out of the closet for her was almost as natural, I think, as it was for her character as a result of that. Now, in doing so, the program has, I think, gained more of a focus and is, by many viewers' interests, a better show.
It might be. I don't watch it on a regular basis, so I can't really compare. But falling 25% off your lead-in is trouble in most situations. I believe that ABC is probably bending over backwards to keep her on the air. A 25% drop-off on any program, you know, that's bad.
Well,
so there's something in middle. I think middle America has said, I don't like this woman. Not because she's a lesbian in a sitcom, because it's in-your-face lesbianism as she's a person. And the person and the sitcom player are now merged, morphed. They're one.
There are a number of ways, though, to really gauge a show's success, and one other way is the fact that it's winning consistently in its time period. The program, you know, is doing something that has never been done before. It is getting America used to, even more so, the subject of homosexuality. Now, before this has happened, there were still a lot of gay characters on television. There were over 20-some, in fact. This is the first time, though, that there was a leading character coming out. And it is groundbreaking.
I understand. It is groundbreaking, and people say, look, for young people who are confused, this may be a good role model. And I'm not going to disagree with any of that. But I think that the media made a mistake in overhyping it, which they do for everything. And she made a mistake in not pulling back and being a little bit more circumspect. When you go to the White House and there's your girlfriend, Anne Heche, and then you're, you know, kind of being publicly affectionate in front of the president, not too many people are going to like that, whether it's heterosexual or homosexual. It's kind of inappropriate. So I think that thing, she's added to the ridiculousness of this whole thing. Shouldn't be this big a deal, bottom line.
Well, the show really does sort of play off her personality in many ways.
She's
I mean,
funny.
She's the lead character. And, you know, I think it does follow, in a sense, of some of the things that we've seen maybe about her personality outside of that.
Yeah, but she's funny as a comedian. She's not funny as a lesbian. You know what I mean? I mean, with her and Anne Heche...
Well, being a lesbian unto itself is not necessarily funny.
Well, you could be a funny lesbian. I know some funny lesbians, I'll tell you the truth.
Sure.
But her making out in some Manhattan restaurant every 2 weeks that she's here, I mean, you know, it's all we see. That's not funny. That's just, we're going, what is this, an exhibition? What's going on? It's almost like she's feeding the media frenzy.
Well, you know, I think people are interested in her now because of this. You know, plenty of heterosexual actors make out in restaurants.
And
it's no big deal.
Equally as boorish.
Yes, exactly. But the fact is that because, you know, she's so public now, and it's still uncommon to have somebody be very public about their sexuality.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good thing.
This is what we're seeing.
But I'd like to see the media just in 1998 ignore it. I mean, if she and Heche go out on, you know, Madison Avenue and skip down the street, I'd like to see everybody just say, we don't care. And that's why the story is ridiculous. Last question for you. In her career, do you believe that she's furthered her career by doing this?
She certainly has raised her profile. I mean, before she was, you know, sort of an average sitcom, if you will, and now it's one that has really broken ground in television history.
But that's all she can do
now.
now. She'll always be the lesbian rather than the comedian. Listen, Mike, Happy New Year. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.